I just told the most impressive group was the O-line. 5 of our top 6 didn't play, and there was a point yesterday, even late yesterday, well, should we play Trevor or not? And that was, my gosh, you take the first overall pick, and then Will Richardson, who has been really arguably one of our most improved players, we moved him to right guard, and basically all he did is have walkthrough. We took 2 guys that were recently cut, Badera and Jermaine, and I mean, first time I'm shaking their hand is a pregame meal, and that's a new one. But they're good guys. They played. Walker Little played really well. Shatley's a stud. He hangs in there. Jawan Taylor, but everyone else was out. And but that was the most impressive thing that I saw offensive line protect our guys, and we had to let the QB play.
How important was it to get the rhythm you were looking for?
Obviously, the obvious is true, but the reality is, I don't want to take away from W, and they played well, but Dallas, didn't play a lot of their guys, and they played very vanilla on defense, as we did. But confidence, that's the most unique position in all of sport. And getting a little bit of a rhythm, we made that trade, and we're going with him. And he did not disappoint.
It looked like you maneuvered more in the shotgun, more bubble screens, more rollouts for Trevor. Was that all designed to get him comfortable today?
Yeah, it's just something, that obviously that's what he did in college. And we're going to be, I like the rhythm. I like the fact on 3rd down and 4 we took a shot. I like to be more aggressive than we've been in the first few weeks, and I thought Bev did a great job. But we're going to do what that player does well.
How big was Devon Hamilton? How important is he to what you're doing? He was really playing well at the end of last year before he got hurt. He looks like he's taking it to another level.
Yeah, it's all about foot quickness, and he's a powerful, powerful man. I'd like to compliment the whole defensive front. That's been 3 weeks in a row. We've won the line of scrimmage. But Devon, he's a big part of this defense. And Joe Cullen, the style of defense we play, we want big, thick cats that can control line of scrimmage, and he's a big part of that. So is Malcolm.
How beneficial do you think it will be for Trevor to have had that performance going into week 1 now?
I'd be a half-empty guy, but I was kind of fearful, like, Mike, what if we go again? But the one thing about Trevor, he's played decent, all 3 games. The preseason was fairly new to me, and I learned along the way. So I would judge our preseason. It's a success right now. There's a lot of energy in the locker room. We got 2 weeks to get the strongest version of ourselves. I expect they're going to have 4 days off this week. That's also new to me. So we got to be in great, you can be, if you do those 4 days right, and I'm not talking lay on your butt, but get strong, and we can come back stronger than you were before training camp, which my expectations are that.
Urban, talk about how you felt, what you would feel like coming out of this whole month of August, but how do you feel? Does it meet your expectation of entering the regular season?
Today solved a lot of problems where you just feel, last week we felt awful walking off the field, especially in the first half. But you feel good now, and, you don't want to overdo it, but I'm overdoing it. We're going to enjoy a win and go home and get ready to play one that's going to count in the win-loss column.
Better day for the specialists today?
Much better day today. Lambeau did really. He had he's been working. The one thing about Josh Lambeau now, I've been around kickers. That's as serious a kicker I've been around. He wants to be great. He's had some great years, pulling for him hard. And when he thumps it, I told him the last 3 I didn't even watch it. I just listened to the ball because when he follows through and hits that thing, he's outstanding.
Talk about being
Cook was much better. He didn't play as well last week. He was much better. I expect him to be one of the best in the league.
How quickly did the Gardner trade come together, and your thoughts on that happening?
Yeah, that was tough, man. That was he became. I mean, I was a little choked up when I saw him in that office, and I walk in, and I didn't know him at all. It didn't start off on the best of terms, because I'm not sure how much he wanted to be here. And I get it. First overall pick, and he's a competitive maniac, that guy, and I get it. And I told him the rest of his life, count me as a big fan, because he's what you want. He's a warrior. He's a competitor.
We weren't sure what the preseason was going to be like. The 3rd preseason game was generally more of a dress rehearsal. So did you get enough from the preseason? Is 3 games the right number? Would you rather have 1 more to get your team?
I just don't have much to, I've never done this before, but I feel good about, I think, the 5 or 6 linemen scared me. And then we also, our top 2 receivers didn't play with Marvin and with Shark. Shark's got to get some playing time in practice here coming up. And the defense, we stayed relatively healthy, but we got, Josh Allen didn't, I don't think he played it. I think he played week 1. But biggest thing is health, and I think we're getting out of this thing healthy.
You were unhappy with the perimeter blocking the other night. Were you happier today? It seemed like Trevor had a few more easy easy throws that gain
Yeah,
yards.
that was a tough week for the wideouts, and it, you know, we're very transparent in our organization, and it was not good against New Orleans. But I could tell when I went and talked to them after the game, they were bowed up on me a little bit, and they said they did much better.
How hard is this next couple of days for you, and how hard of a cut will it be? Do you already have a plan of who might make it, who might not?
Yeah, we've been, every off day, we have probably longer meetings than most. I have some new coach, you know, I have a guy named Chris Ash, Charlie Strong, you know, you have some guys that are college guys that are learning, you know, our safety room. I mean, all those guys are playing well, you know, and then Tosh got, you know, that defensive line, you got your first, but there's a group of players in there that are playing very well. And then the receivers, you know, today, I mean, that's going to be tough. Like, if you're an insubordinate guy or just kind of a pain in the rear end, I've never mind moving those guys on, but we don't have that in that locker room, so it's going to be tough.
Did the operation, the smoothness of the offensive operation, was that Trevor having all the first team reps, all that, or was it not having to bring people in and out because you're trying to look at different?
No, you know what it was, Andy? It was all second and short. You know, when you're second and football, offensive football is all about manageable situations. 2nd and 10 is awful. You make the call. It's not. The headsets are quiet. You get 2nd and 2, and a lot of those little short passes, 2nd and 2, everybody, you know, you have to tell everybody quiet down on the headset because everybody's got ideas. So you're getting, to me, the first down of every drive is so essential. You know, you just look at, usually I think it's a 20% success rate when you're 2nd and long, get a first down. 2nd and 5 and less, it's about 80%. So that first down is so important. And you look at New Orleans, we were in 2nd and long the entire night. And field position, we were in bad field position.
Let's take 2 more. We're good?
3 quarterbacks on your roster? It's Jake Luton.
Boy, Jake did good there. He got us out of some bad situations. I thought he did really well. C.J. Beathard has played really I think he got dinged a little bit. He's fine. But if 3 will be on the roster, if that's what you're asking me?
Yeah, can you get Jake Luton on the roster? Played well enough to
Yeah, I mean,
make
it's
it
certainly in the mix.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.